Hello and welcome to this brief tutorial on using the iPad app called Popplet Lite. If you have many applications on your iPad, you may want to use the iPad search function, which is a little magnifying glass down here at the bottom. I'm going to swipe from left to right to get there, and I'm going to type the first few letters of my application, look at your search results, and pick the one that you want. When you open Popplet, you may see some instructions there in the center of your screen, and you'll see some of the tools outlining on the edge of the popple. Each element is called a popple. I guess I prefer to call them an element, but let's just go through these elements briefly. You can probably guess the one in the upper right hand corner with the X is how you delete that element, and that's true. Just tap on this delete button and you can delete that popple. If you'd like to add a popple, just double tap anywhere on the screen. Looking here in the bottom left corner of this element, if you tap on this is the outline tool. It allows you to change the outer edge of that element. The next tool over is the text tool. I'm going to type in the title of my concept map, and I'm going to do concept map on the water cycle. Notice over on the right you can change the font a little bit. You do not have to have the font selected or the text selected. It will just dynamically change everything within that element. The tools are somewhat limited, as you see. The next tool over to the right is the drawing tool. If you tap on that, you can tap on a pen color, and then you can begin drawing onto your element or your concept. If you tap on the pen again, you also have the option to delete the drawing or clear the drawing. Then on the right hand side here you have the little picture of a mountain. If you tap on that, that's your adding an image option. You can open something from your photo library, or you can take a photo on the fly. I've previously downloaded some images from picsforlearning.com, and if I go into my camera roll, I can see those images and add them from there. I'm not actually adding an image to this element. And lastly, you see this little black triangle in the bottom right corner. This is how you resize the element. This is just going to be a title, so I just want to make it a little bit smaller, tap in the center and hold, and I'm going to drag it up here to the top of my screen. Also notice the copy option appears. I don't want to copy that, I just want to put it on the top. I'm going to tap here in the blank space to unselect this element. Now I'm going to double tap to add a new element. And to this element, I'm going to call this one condensation. And I'm going to add an image that I've already downloaded. So I'm going to go into my library, click camera roll, and I'm going to grab the picture of the clouds. Now Popplet doesn't have much of an editing functionality built in, so I would suggest if you want to edit these photos, you do so in a different app before you go into Popplet, although you can rotate the images. Click Done. Now this image appears as part of my concept map. So to the right of condensation, I would like to add precipitation. Notice the little circles on the edge of the element that I have selected. If I tap on a circle, then I get another element pop off in that direction, and I can now add an image to that element. And I'm going to go back into my camera roll. This is going to show precipitation. I'm going to grab this image here that I've downloaded from picsforlearning.com, and then I can add the title or the caption if I'd like. Click on the T. So I can continue adding element after element until my concept map is done. Now this is just one example of how you could use Popplet, and think about all the different ways you could use this iPad app in the different content areas that we teach in our classrooms. The options and the possibilities are really quite endless. Just a couple more things about this application. Notice in the upper left hand corner, if you click View All, that will snap your Popplet kind of into the center of the screen. If you click Clear All, it's the way you delete everything from the screen. And one limitation of the free version is you can only have one Popplet running at a time. Therefore, you can't save numerous concept maps. So after you have a concept map finished, Then you want to make sure that you click on the export functionality, which is in the upper right hand corner. And when students are finished, they would need to center their concept map onto the screen, because when you export, what you see on the screen is what you get. If something is hanging off to the side, when they export, then you will not see what's down below or to the side. So make sure they center their concept map and then they click Save JPEG. That puts the image onto their camera roll or photo library, like so. I hope this tutorial has been helpful, and have fun with Popplet Lite.